And sitting here in the gray Under Armour hoodie with a hat on is a man who went viral last night. A few 100,000, maybe even 1 million. Oh, yeah, 1.5 million people have seen his reaction to the Green Bay Packers drafting Jordan Love, trading up to draft Jordan Love shortly after making the NFC Championship game with one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, still under contract for 4 years. Packers owner, Packers diehard, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, I still just don't get it. Just don't get it. Like you said, very slap happy. I don't even know really how to formulate a sentence without stringing together a couple F-bombs. So this is going to be kind of tough. But it just initially when we had the people on and they were talking about Tua dropping, and if he would have been I would have understood that because that would have been like a Rodgers situation. It's okay, this guy. A lot of people had him as the number one quarterback.
And by the way, Aaron probably would have felt for Tua.
Exactly. So
they probably would have had a great relationship.
That would have made a lot of sense. This guy was the fourth or fifth best quarterback on everyone's board. I mean, they talked about him going early in the draft very early on, and then that just didn't happen. You look who was behind them. I don't think anyone was really trading up trying to get him per se. I don't know.
Why did they trade up? They thought somebody was going to take the quarterback that they wanted. They thought another team was going to be like, well, we know the Packers are going to take Jordan Love. We got to get them before. What? Why did they? None of it makes sense to me.
And then now you just whether either one of these guys deserves it. Now you're just gonna have to answer questions about it for the next 4 years. It was so dumb.
By the way, not a knock on Jordan Love.
No, not at all.
Jordan Love has just been put in an absolutely terrible position. Jordan Love, Utah State, he had 9 new starters last year, a new offensive coordinator. He threw 17 interceptions. Everybody's talked about that. But now he's immediately getting compared to Aaron Rodgers. What a nightmare. And we feel for Jordan Love. I was like, I thought Jordan Love handled it with a lot of class last night. There's no way he signed up to be in this position. I don't know how him and Aaron are going to work out. I don't know if Aaron's going to want out. I don't know how this is all going to work out. This is not to Jordan Love's fault, but immediately being compared to Aaron Rodgers and the people that drafted you immediately being compared to stooges is quite an interesting situation for Jordan Love. Ty, I think last night you were frustrated. This morning you're confused, and I think that is kind of the reaction of everybody. I woke up this morning thinking about last night. We had a good time. I think I lost 7 to 10 pounds sweating in a suit because we got all dressed up. Yeah. Hey, by the way, good for us.
Yeah.
Happy we got all suited and booted. The only people that didn't, Mark Sanchez, who I think has an inside source at every team. That guy knew things were going to happen before it happened. Knew the Carolina Panthers pick. He actually kind of called Jordan Love going to the Packers. Do we have that video?
Yes, sir.
This is what Mark Sanchez said yesterday.
So for Jordan Love to go somewhere, Green Bay, to go somewhere with an established starter.
Like that, he said that, and I assume I didn't even, me as an interviewer, I probably should have heard that and said, well, elaborate on that. I didn't because it just didn't sound fathomable because we knew that Aaron Rodgers has said to us before that he plans on finishing his career as a Packer. He said legacy was very important to him. I asked him a question about looking around and seeing Tom Brady in his 40s getting paid another $50 million and Drew Brees in his 40s getting paid another $50 million. He's 36 years old. I said, hey, do you ever look at that? And this is what he said. Another 45 years if you wanted to. Do you think about that ever?
I mean, yeah. How do you not? I'm not some cliche guy that's going to talk about taking it a year by year and see how I'm doing. No, of course. You look at what Tom's doing and still able to play at his age and play at a high level, and obviously what Drew's done and Phil, getting an opportunity to keep rolling in Indy. Of course, of course you do. Now my thing is, legacy is really important, and having the opportunity to do it all in Green Bay would mean a lot to me. I understand that, the kind of the track record of our squad is there's been times where we've had veteran players and they've finished elsewhere, and I get it. I'd like to make that decision easy for them, and the only way to do that is to keep playing at a high level and give them no choice but to keep bringing you back because you're the best option and give them the best chance to win. So that's my goal, and I got 4 years left on my deal, and I'd like to play forward at a really, really high level, and so I feel like keep on keeping on from that point to do it. And I feel confident right now. Maybe 40 when the deal ends. I feel like I could keep going after that the way things have been going.
So Aaron Rodgers has openly said, this California guy, this guy who has been painted as somebody who's dramatic and all this stuff, openly said, I would like to finish as a Green Bay Packer. It means a lot to me to be in Green Bay, Wisconsin, playing for the Packers. He's 36 years old. He's nowhere near the life expectancy of a quarterback in the modern world. With the way the rules have been changed for how you can hit them, with the way medical and rehab and training has changed, Aaron can probably play for another 10 years if he wanted to. That is not an underestimate. That is a real statement of fact. He takes care of himself. He diets heavily. He does all this. I mean, I think him and Danica are into the yoga now. I mean, He is taking care of his body because he has seen the blueprint with Tom Brady and Drew Brees, who are able to extend their careers. And by the way, Aaron Rodgers has and always has had a stronger arm than both of them. Yep. So if he's only going to get smarter and his arm, let's say it even deteriorates a little bit, let's assume he's still going to have a stronger arm than Aaron and Drew have currently at 42, 43 years old. He's going to be able to play for at least another 7 to 10 years if he wants to. And he has openly said that I want to play for the Green Bay Packers. And then just an hour before this trade happens, Aaron Rodgers was on with me and AJ Hawk, McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk, Primetime Draft Super Special, and we asked him about what the Packers were going to potentially do with their pick, and this is what he responded with. So sorry to interrupt. If you're a man watching this, you deserve to have long, great and you can do that now with our friends at Roman. Right now, you go to GetRoman.com. You get $10 off and free 2-day shipping on Roman swipes, which are guaranteed to make you have longer, more fulfilling every time you get in the sack. Now, let's get back to the fornicating action.
So it depends on what position we pick. It might be a little more upbeat and excited. Should be an offensive guy, but maybe it's a big, tough defensive guy as well. But either way, I'm going to welcome him to the team. But it'd be kind of cool. We haven't picked a skill player in the first round in the last 15 years, so that'd be kind of cool.
So that would be kind of cool. Hey, maybe giving me a first-round talent at wide receiver or tight end or running back would be awesome. That'd be something that would be cool. And he said, by the way, here's a guy that has played in Green Bay for his entire career. They have never drafted a first-rounder for him to throw the ball to. And have you ever heard him complain about it? Even in that conversation right there, he was like, I mean, it would be cool if they would do that. It would be pretty cool if they would do that. He sees the Tampa Bay Buccaneers bringing Gronkowski out of retirement. He sees Tom Brady with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. He sees Drew Brees down there with Michael Thomas, absolute superstar. He sees all of these guys that he is in the same sphere as, have all of these weapons, and he was like, yeah, it'd be cool if we got a weapon, especially because there's like 45 wide receivers that are potentially first rounders. That'd be cool if we could get one of those guys. And there was guys available for them to get. There was linebackers available for them to get. There was offensive linemen that were available for them to get. That team chose to choose a player that can only help them in the deep future. And now, I don't know if that is smart thinking. I understand that there's people that are like chess players as opposed to checkers players. But if you look around, a lot of people want to win right meow. You didn't see the Patriots drafting in the first round a quarterback whenever Tom Brady was there, and it's noted that Bill Belichick wanted to move on from Tom Brady. Jimmy G was not a first-round draft pick. Nope. This is just a very interesting situation about Aaron Rodgers at the top of the top not being treated like that at all. And if you're Aaron, why are you not saying, I said I wanted to finish in Green Bay. I said we haven't got a weapon in 15 years. I've been very nice about all of this stuff. There's been drama that has been outside of things, out of my control. There's been a lot of that. But all I'm asking for is just a little bit of help, and I want to be a Green Bay Packer forever. I love the Packers fans. And the GM listened to our show, I think, and goes, oh, is that right? See ya, cuz. We're actually drafting somebody to get you the hell out of here. Packers were adamant about trading up for Jordan Love. Okay, so this was their plan all along. Stooge GM last night, by the way, came out and had some quotes that were very alarming, I'd assume, if you were a Packers fan. Something along the lines of like, he was asked if he's a successor of Aaron Rodgers or the backup, and Kuntaboonts said, what was his exact words?
Let me find it. It was, we've got the best quarterback in the NFL, and we plan to have him for a while. And then on Love being Rodgers' eventual replacement, I don't think you can put that on him right now.
Yeah, you can. You traded up in the first round to draft him, you stooge. I almost just dropped an F-bomb right there. Yeah. I was not happy last night when this happened.